Guys, ZBCN is on absolute fire, up 14% today and over 31% in the last 7 days, and it's showing zero signs of slowing down. The charts are vertical, the sentiment is euphoric, and this thing is starting to look exactly like early XRP back in 2017 before that legendary 12,000% explosion. What's up, crypto family? Welcome back to Gold Rush Crypto Daily, your #1 stop for the hottest moves, biggest narratives, and those deep dives that separate early believers from the rest. And today, we're diving into one coin that's been stealthily building in the shadows, ZBCN, and it's finally breaking out of orbit. I've got posts from across the crypto space showing just how real this momentum is. From whales secretly buying to rumors of Tier 1 listings and analysts calling for XRP-style returns. So grab your coffee, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed, because this one's about to get very bullish. As ZBCN, the 8x in May was just a teaser. Imagine an XRP-style 500x in months. Zebec could reach 0.5 by March 2026. All right, let's start with this. Crypto Man dropping the bomb. An XRP-style 500x projection. Hold up. A 500x? That's the kind of statement that makes you sit back and double-check the math, right? But here's what's interesting. If you actually look at ZBCN's base from the April bottom and line it up with the recent 8x move in May, it's tracking a fractal eerily similar to XRP's 2017 pre-blow-off pattern. And that's not just speculation. We're talking rhythm, momentum, and liquidity flow. Here's the kicker. That May run-up happened without any Tier 1 listings, without massive influencer coverage, and without mainstream hype. It was just the organic market finally realizing this isn't a meme token. This is real infrastructure, solving real on-chain payroll and settlement problems. And when Crypto Man says, the real bull run is coming, I get chills. Because when utility meets momentum, you don't just get a pump, you get a movement. Think about this. 0.5 by March 2026. That's not a fantasy target anymore. That's starting to look like a roadmap if the current volume and structure hold. Say, dubs. Imagine ZBCN hits 0.01 before any Tier 1 listings. Then the real wave hits. This is where things get spicy. Dubs on-chain is painting the picture. 0.01 pre-Tier 1, and then the tsunami follows. Let's break this down. ZBCN has been in accumulation since late Q1. The project's fundamentals, enterprise payroll, deflationary burn mechanics, and institutional partnerships are aligning perfectly with that calm before the storm energy we've seen with other breakout assets. Deflationary burns, enterprise adoption, and payroll dominance. That's not a narrative you fake. That's a framework for exponential demand. Here's what's wild. While the market's been obsessing over Solana and base ecosystems, Zebec's been quietly building bridges between DeFi and real-world finance. Global payroll dominance isn't clickbait. If this network keeps onboarding multinational enterprises, every transaction equals more burns, less supply, and more upward pressure. So when Dubs says we go parabolic, he's not exaggerating. The setup is there. We've got low float, strong fundamentals, and whales positioning before Tier 1 listings. That's the trifecta for a vertical run. ZBCN Man. Since we're exposing exchanges quietly buying up ZBCN ahead of a potential listing, Kraken FX, we see you. Okay, this one stopped me in my tracks. Because this isn't just random hype. This is someone calling out exchanges themselves allegedly loading up ahead of listings. Kraken? That's no joke. If true, this is massive. Historically, whenever whispers of exchange accumulation start surfacing, think pre-listing XRP or pre-IPO Coinbase leaks, it almost always means something's brewing behind the scenes. Let's be real. Exchanges don't buy for fun. They position when they know liquidity is about to flood in. And if Kraken is indeed accumulating, that implies ZBCN could be next on the listing rotation. Combine that with Binance's recent payroll-related patent filings, and suddenly, the Zebec institutional integration narrative doesn't sound so crazy anymore. This could be a Phase 2 accumulation zone before a Phase 3 breakout. The patterns clean, the volumes surging, and sentiments shifting from hidden gem to next mover. Cowboy ETH. ZBCN doesn't care if your favorite influencers aren't talking about it. Up 14% and the train is moving. Exactly. Cowboy nailed it. This market always waits for permission, but the smart money doesn't. ZBCN's chart is screaming strength. Higher highs, tighter consolidations, no violent retraces. That's institutional behavior, not retail gambling. Here's something people forget. Real projects with cash flow don't need influencers. They just perform. While others chase trends, ZBCN's fundamentals are doing the talking. Up 14% today, while Bitcoin trades sideways, tells you everything you need to know. The liquidity rotation has started, and if you've been watching on-chain data, you'd see exactly what Cowboy's hinting at. Wallets linked to old Solana whales are migrating into ZBCN positions. Quietly, patiently, accumulating. The train is moving, and the doors are starting to close. Zebec crypto money. BTC has hit all-time high. ZBCN price action strong, breakout coming soon. This one hits on a deeper level. Bitcoin reclaiming all-time highs while ZBCN outperforms BTC's rate of change? That's not luck. That's momentum transfer. When Bitcoin stabilizes at highs, liquidity flows down into mid-caps, then into micro-caps. That's the classic rotation pattern we've seen in every major bull run, 2017, 2021, and now. And ZBCN's behavior fits that perfectly. Strong structure, no exhaustion, accumulation across multiple timeframes. You can feel the energy building, you can see it in the candle structure, the RSI reset, and the clean bullish divergence across daily closes. Something big is coming, and it's not just a local breakout. It's the kind of move that redefines narratives and births new market leaders. Arshancito 830. If ZBCN mirrors XRP's 12,500% run, we could hit 0.087, maybe even $1 in a supercycle. This is where everything connects. Moon God just dropped the nuclear bomb, the supercycle comparison. And honestly, it's not far-fetched. Let's rewind. XRP's 2017 run was fueled by cross-border finance narratives, institutional settlement, liquidity bridging, and regulatory speculation. Sound familiar? That's exactly the lane ZBCN is building in, but with modern tech, real partnerships, and a deflationary token model. Now imagine replicating that with actual adoption behind it this time. 12,500% from ZBCN's previous floor? That would take us to around 0.087, exactly like Moon God said. But what if this time, with enterprise integration and institutional validation, the multiplier effect doesn't stop there? A 1 plus a ZBCN is no longer hopium, it's math. It's momentum meets fundamentals. And as Moon God said, this might just be the multi-millionaire making phase for early believers. And here's the thing most people miss. Once Tier 1 listings go live, the retail entry point vanishes. Prices reprice instantly. That's how bull cycles crown new giants. We've seen this movie before. With XRP in 2017, with Solana in 2021, with Kaspa just this year. Every single one had this exact energy before going ballistic. And now it's ZBCN's turn, so here's my take. This is the calm before the supercycle storm. We could see short-term retraces, sure. But long-term, I'm seeing triple digits on the ROI meter. And if those exchange rumors prove true, the fuse has already been lit. Bottom line, ZBCN is up 14% today, 31% this week, and the fundamentals are lining up like dominoes. This could genuinely be the next big crypto rotation, the one people look back on in 2026 and say, I wish I paid attention. Don't sleep on this. Don't chase once it's trending on CNBC. Pay attention now. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button. It really helps push this out to more people who need to see what's happening. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think ZBCN can pull an XRP-style 500x? I want to hear your targets. And as always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, stay disciplined, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But for me, I'm watching ZBCN closely, because history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. And right now, it's rhyming with 2017 XRP. And that, my friends, is bullish beyond belief.